Welcome to Weekend Hatha Flow. My name is Amy Sullivan. I am a yoga teacher. I'm also a health and nutrition coach. And this morning we are going to be doing a 60-minute Hatha at all levels. A lot of you have been with me before, so welcome back. And if you are new to me, just knowing you don't need props for this. If you have props, that's amazing. You should bring them. If you don't worry about it. I'll give you lots of variations for the different poses. And please always just be mindful to take care of yourself first. So I'll give you ideas, I'll give you alternatives, but always work with your body first and foremost. So today, my friends, we've been doing a little bit of talking as we're transitioning into the fall season here in the Northern Hemisphere, and we're going to continue with that. And today I want to bring us into a place of focus and clarity. And as we're coming into a little bit more darkness, longer night times, the call of the season is to give us an opportunity to turn a little bit more reflective and inward and decide what no longer serves us, things that we can release, habits, ideas, behaviors. And a lot of that release is to make room for new stuff to come in. But before you can do that releasing and that inviting of new intentions, you got to get clear on what's going on, right? So that's where our focus will be this today, because it might not be morning for you, it's morning for me. And we're going to be doing some asanas that really promote clarity and just mental focus and calming within. We're also going to start off with a little breath work, a little pranayama. I like to begin classes with those if it makes sense. This one is called Sheetkari, and it is also known as the hissing breath, like a snake, like sss. And the beauty of this breath, it's meant to cool and calm. It's great for depression. It's great for anxiety. It's a fantastic breath to do if you are a little high-strung and it's bedtime and you just want to calm down and chill. So we're going to begin with that one. I don't recommend this if you are feeling a little constipated or if it's really cold outside, but we're only going to do it for a minute or two, so we're going to learn it. And you'll have it in your back pocket. So to begin with, you could be sitting in a chair. You could also be sitting on your heels, as I am right now, if that feels good to you. This is also a great pose for clarity and mental focus. This is not available to everybody, though. It can be difficult to sit on the heels. So you could also come into Sukhasana, or easy pose, as we like to say. So just a simple cross-legged pose. Find a place where you can be comfortable, where you could be grounded, tapped into the earth. So maybe if you're in a chair, your feet are tapped into the earth, or in this case, your sit bones are tapped into the earth. Something to bring you that balance, that clarity. And from there, to do the breath, we're going to make a snake like a hissing sound. I'm going to come a little closer so you can see what's going on with my face. But basically, we're going to start with your mouth going into bringing your teeth together. Here we go. So teeth together, hi, like so. And my tongue is going to be either touching right into the back of my teeth, or it could even come right through. And you want to actually have your teeth exposed. So you're going to look like this. Maybe you don't have to have your eyebrows raised, but this is your look here, and your eyes are open. That's going to be for your inhale. So you're going to make a hissing sound as you inhale. So it looks like this. Nice and slow, filling up your belly and your lungs. Then you're going to hold at the top, close your lips, and then exhale through your nose. Okay? So here, I'm going to give you one round, and we'll do it together. All right, let's go together. Inhale here, nice and slow and controlled. Hold at the top for a moment. Seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. Inhale. Pause. Exhale through your nose. Pause. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. Pause. And take a nice big inhale through your mouth, teeth parted this time. Sigh it out, open mouth exhale. Maybe you stick your tongue out. Beautiful. So again, that's a great one just to do to calm and cool. Maybe you felt as you were inhaling the actual like feeling of cool air coming in. That's a great one to do in the summer, again, for stress or any time when you want to just kind of cool your body before bedtime. I'm going to put our music volume up a little bit. And if you're not in a Sukhasana already, an easy cross-legged pose, come in there. And then go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. We're going to focus inward and get started. And just as you're sitting here in your easy pose, come into this moment, into this space. Feel your sit bones coming into the earth. Feel the earth supporting you, rising back up. And just take a little notice, head to toe scan of your body. And just become aware. Get clear on what's going on. No judgment, just noticing the little intricacies, any spots that are tight, any spots that are soft and loose. And just notice your general state. Are you feeling rushed, anxious, maybe calm? Just notice. Getting clear on what is the first step to being able to transition into what you want to be going forward. And let's take a deep collective breath here. Fill your belly up with air in through your nose. Fill up your chest. Expand through your sternum, your shoulder blades. And open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Flutter your eyes open if they are closed. And we'll just start with a few shoulder rolls to warm up the body. So bring your shoulders up right next to your ears, a big shrug, and then roll your shoulders back and down. Bring them all the way around. Make them nice and exaggerated. Removing any tightness that might have accumulated during the week. Let's reverse direction. So now bring them forward just as big, just as exaggerated. Beautiful. And coming back to stillness, inhale both arms up to the sky, reach your fingertips up, grow long through your spine. And as you exhale, twist to your right from your belly. Your left hand's gonna rest on your knee. Your right hand might come next to your body. It might come a little bit behind your body if that's available to you this morning. Take another inhale here as you grow tall through your spine. Lengthen, feel the pressing down of your sit bones as you reach up through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, twist a little deeper from your navel center to enhance that twist. Use your hands to help leverage and deepen the twist as well. We're warming up our vertebrae and also giving our internal organs a little hug, a little squeeze to help stimulate and open them up as well. Beautiful job, everyone. Nice big inhale. Exhale, release. And as you inhale, unwind, come back up with your arms to center. Let's do the other side. Exhale, twist over to your left again from your belly. Place your hands, your left hand behind you or next to you, right hand on your left thigh. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, deepen your twist through your belly. Maybe you close your eyes here. Focus your center back inward. Coming into your breath. One more inhale here. One more big exhale. Inhale, arms back up, come to center, untwist. We're gonna reach over to the side. So from here, take another big inhale in as you grow tall, reach up, reach, touch your fingertips to the ceiling. And as you exhale, come over to the right, drop your right hand down, left hand comes over. Press down through your sit bones to help reach your body come up and over, as though you're leaning over like a big barrel or something. So you're actually growing and stretching through both sides of your torso. Breathe in here, open through your side ribs, really feel your left side ribs fill up with air. That looks beautiful, you guys. Let's come back up to center. Inhale, fingertips up. Let's do the other side. Exhale, side bend to the left. Drop your left hand down. Use it. I like to even press it into the mat to help support my torso, not only from dumping over, but to also like reach upward and then shift over. Square your shoulders off so the stretch really is about your side. Amazing. Inhale, back up, fingertips. And exhale, bring them down, gently sweep them down. We're gonna come on to hands and knees for a little tabletop, a little cat-cow, warm up the spine a little more. So if you're sitting on a cushion, now is a great time to move it to the side. And then come into all fours, a nice tabletop from here. So you're gonna align your knees underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingertips out nice and wide. And then engage your abs in towards your spine, making sure my tendency personally is to dump down like this. And we want a neutral spine. So belly comes up and in to find a neutral, more flat back, just a little dip in the spine. And from here, let's just start with a few cat-cows. So drop your belly down as you inhale, cow pose. Bring your hips up, squeeze your shoulder blades together and roll your shoulders back and down your back. Shine your heart forward. And then exhale, cat pose. Tuck your chin, tuck your hips. Lift your spine up toward the ceiling and spread your back shoulder blades nice and wide. Press down through your hands to enhance that opening through your back body. And just take a few more in a flow at your own pace. Inhale as you drop your belly down, come to cow. And exhale, cat. You can go nice and slow. Maybe you speed it up. Just awaken into your spine, into your vertebrae, create a little flex. Beautiful. Come back to neutral spine, back to the center. Engage your belly in. And now we're gonna do that, but just through the shoulder area. We're gonna do what's called shoulder flossing is one term for it, but we're basically gonna do a cat-cow just in your chest. So press down, send weight into the L shape, the ball mound of your index finger and your thumb. Make sure there's weight evenly distributed through your wrists. Then as you inhale, drop just your chest down. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze together. And then exhale, just press your shoulder blades, press down into the earth, spread your shoulder blades apart. And inhale, drop your chest down. So you can see it's a really tiny movement. We're focusing and concentrating into your shoulder area. Exhale as you come up, round through your shoulders. Inhale as you come down. Do that just twice more. And now come back to neutral spine. Bring your left palm into the center of your mat. Start to shift the weight onto your left knee and extend your right foot out behind you, long on the mat. Now open up your hips. So roll to the inner arch of your right foot, your elongated foot, and then press down through your left hand, your left leg. Reach your heart out. A little alternate Vashisthasana, side plank. Knit your abs in towards your spine. And engage your left transverse abdominis, that's the abs on the side, on the left side, to help pump your hips up toward the sky. Beautiful job. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your right hand back down, unroll, come back to tabletop, back to center. I'm gonna flip sides so you can continue to see my face. We're just gonna do the other side. So walk your right hand in toward the center of your mat. Start to shift the weight to your right leg and wrap your outer right hip in. Just fire up your right glute. Extend your left leg back to the end of the mat. And then as you inhale, roll that inner arch of the back foot to the mat. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Shine your heart out. Beautiful. Press down through your right knee to fire up your right hamstring and your glute. That's gonna keep you nice and lined up here. Beautiful, one more inhale. Exhale, tabletop, bring your left hand back down. And from here, bring your big toes to touch. Spread your knees out wide. And then draw your hips back, come into a child's pose briefly. Send your hips back over your heels. Allow your forehead to come resting down on the mat. Extend your fingertips out in front of you to elongate through your spine. And just take a quick pause here. And this pose is nice and comfortable for you. I want you to think of it as your home base. You're welcome to come here at any point in time if you need a break, a pause, a rest, or take any other variation that suits your body. Please take care of you first and foremost, my friends. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back up, tabletop. Separate your toes to hips width, and then tuck your toes underneath. Knit your abs up and in towards your spine. And then inhale, come to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. And begin by pedaling out to your dog. So bend one knee as you straighten the other. Take a little moment to focus in on your hands, maybe even look down. Make sure you're sending weight into the ball mound of the pointer finger and the thumb. Your index finger is parallel, aligned with the long edges of the mat, or maybe your fingertips are even pointed out. Spread the mat away from your hands and feet to pull your mat apart. They're drawing towards one another. Send your chest towards your thighs and rotate your thighs in and up to spread your seat bones nice and wide. Find stillness in your down dog if you're still bending your knees. And inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Slightly bend your knees, look forward toward the top of your mat. And then exhale, take a nice big step forward. And maybe it's a second step forward. We're gonna come to a nice ragdoll pose. Keep your knees as bent as you want. In fact, maybe you even bend them so much that your torso rests on your thighs. And maybe grab onto opposite elbows. Sway side to side, shake your head, yes and no. Just allowing gravity to assist you in lengthening, separating the vertebrae, doing the anti-gravity move after we've been standing and sitting. And then release your hands down to the ground. Press evenly down through your feet. Tuck your pelvis under, start to roll up to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae, bone by bone, nice and slow. And come up to the top. Roll your shoulders back and down. Beautiful job. And from here, we're just gonna go through a warming up, opening flow. So you can choose with your feet. You're gonna be at the top of your mat. I'm just showing you a couple different sides here. You could either have feet hips width apart today for a little more stability, or you can bring your big toes to touch. And then whatever suits you, you found your foot place. Press down evenly through all four corners of your feet and lift, maybe even lift your toes up off the mat for a moment to really feel that sensation. Find that grounding into the earth evenly. Feel also how you're lifting up, lifting your quads off your knees, and then find a slight tuck in your pelvis, a lift through your belly. Drop your toes back down to the mat if they're lifted up, and then inhale, mountain pose. Raise your fingertips up to the sky, look up. Beautiful job. Exhale, cactus your arms out. So bend your elbows, send them out nice and wide as you send your heart up and over. Keep your abs engaged in. So just a tiny little micro back bend. This is what it looks like from the front. Little back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Shine your heart to the ceiling. Inhale, bring your arms back up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Bow forward, bend your knees as much as you need to as you travel down. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause here for a moment. Place your hands on your shins. Maybe they come to your knees. Roll your shoulder blades back and down so that they head towards your tailbone. Parallel your torso to the mat. Inhale here, go even longer through your spine. And exhale, plant, forward fold. Plant your palms. Inhale, step your right leg back. Drop your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. And then inhale to a low crescent lunge. So from here, your arm's gonna end up going up, but start with your base, your legs. As you're here, you're looking to find a stretch through your right front thigh, your psoas over here, your hip. And so you'll start by bringing your abs in towards your spine, find a little tuck in your pelvis, a lift through your belly. The tendency is to dump forward. We wanna lift up and lengthen. And then you should feel a nice little stretch. If you don't feel that stretch, walk your front foot forward just a smidge until you do feel it, not compromising the length through your spine. And then when you're ready, then you lift your arms up. Beautiful. From here, friends, exhale, micro back bend, cactus your arms out, just as we did a moment ago standing. Shine your heart up to the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, low lunge, plant your palms to frame the front foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. And inhale, step back to plank pose. Option to come to your knees at any point. Fire up your abs, knit them in towards your spine. Roll your inner thighs up toward the ceiling, flex through your feet. Rotate your armpits toward one another and press evenly into your hands. Super strong, y'all. And from here, we're gonna do full Vashisthasana side plank. Shift the weight into your right hand, roll to the right sides of your feet, shine your heart out. Lift your left arm up. Option to bring your right knee down, as we did just a few moments ago. So here's your variation. Or both feet up. Again, knit through your right abs to lift through your hips. Maybe you bring your palm towards your face and extend your arm out long, if that feels good. So strong, everyone. One more inhale here. Bring your arm back up if it was in front of your face. Exhale, plank pose. Drop your left hand back down, even out your hips. Come slightly forward, inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes here. Keep your hands next to your ribs with your elbows knit closely in. Your elbows are pointing up toward the sky. Press down with your pelvis. Engage your abs towards your spine. Press down with the tops of your feet. And as you inhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Lift your chest up off the ground, low cobra. Look up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep pressing your pelvis down into the mat. Send your tailbone toward your heels. One more inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, tabletop or high plank, your choice. So either up to your knees or straight up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left leg through. We were just here a moment ago. Inhale, up to low crescent. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center this time. And as you inhale, hinge from your hips, come slightly forward, and then exhale, twist towards your front knee. Twist toward the left knee. So you're looking to hook your right elbow onto your left thigh. Keep scissoring your thighs together. So squeeze your thighs together and gently draw your left hip back and your right hip forward. Feel how that changed your little twist there. One more big inhale here. One more exhale. Inhale, come back to low crescent. Bring your hands up. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, lift your back knee. Inhale here. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain rise up. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to come to the other side. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, micro back bend. Cactus your elbows out. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms. This time, step your left foot back. Drop your left knee down, untuck your toes, and inhale up to low crescent on this side. So once again, we're looking for the stretch in the psoas and a lengthening through your spine. So tuck your pelvis, lift through your navel, knit your abs in towards your spine. Arms come up. Wrap your outer left hip in to squeeze and fire up that left glute to hold you in place. Inhale here. And exhale, cactus your arms out, micro back bend. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, plant your palms, frame your front foot, low lunge. Lift your back knee up. Inhale, step back to a plank pose. Again, you can drop to your knees at any time. This time we're going to move to a side plank on the left. So shift the weight into your left hand. Roll your heels toward the left. Shine your heart out. Lift your right arm up. Again, left knee can come down just as we did before. Same pose. Different intensity level, you decide. Maybe your palm extends forward over your head so you have one long line of energy. Press up through your hips by engaging your left transverse abdominis. Inhale, arm back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down, you're in a plank. Inhale, come slightly forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Option to do cobra once again, low cobra, or extend up to an upward facing dog. Either way, knit your abs in towards your spine. Press your pelvis into the mat. Squeeze your thighs together. Press in through your hands. Inhale, either low cobra or continue to straighten your arms. Draw your hands backwards, lift your thighs up off the ground. Shine your heart forward, look up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Exhale, all the way down to your mat. Inhale, tabletop or high plank, press your body up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Incredible. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right leg through. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, rise up. Low crescent. Time for our twist here. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, hinge from your hips, come slightly forward. Exhale, twist towards your right knee, toward the bent knee. Beautiful, you got it. Press down through your left knee, through your left shin to fire up your glute and your hamstring. Gently draw your right hip back, your left hip forward to enhance your twist. One more inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, lift your back knee up. Inhale here, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. On we go. Bring your hands to heart center as you exhale. And we're going to step your right foot back to your mat. Fan your back foot, your right foot out now, 45 degrees. So your thighs kind of trending out this way. Your left leg is pointing forward. Start to bend through your left knee. I'm gonna come into warrior two from here. So as you bend through your front knee, make sure your knee doesn't come past your ankle here on the front. Send the weight into the heel of your front foot. And then rotate your front thigh. You can even put your hands on it. Make sure your knee is trending into the line with your second and third toe. So that's your front leg. Then open up through your hips, by sending the weight into the outer knife edge of the back foot. Beautiful job. Inhale, arms out, open through your heart, and then gaze over your left fingertips. And then come back to your breath. Focus inward here. A lot of times the real work in yoga, but also the real benefit, the real clarity comes from the stillness. As we pause, it's an opportunity to notice where you can soften. Maybe it's your face. Inhale, sink a little bit lower. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach out in front of you as far as you can reach. And then send your left arm down, right arm up. Shine your heart back out. Lift your right arm up to the sky. Keep pressing through your front heel. And I like to use this lower arm, the left arm here, and actually press it into my inner left thigh. That helps open through the hip here. But continue to press and roll the back foot out. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Lift your arms up. Now swap your arms. So your left arm's gonna come up, right arm comes over. And as we did those side stretches sitting down, we're doing the same thing here. So imagine your torso's coming up straight and then draping over maybe a big round barrel. Send the weight into the ball of your front foot. One more big inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. Once again. And step your back foot forward. We're gonna go into triangle pose. So you're gonna shorten your stance just a little bit. Makes life a little bit easier. If you do have a block, you might want to use it here. Or if you have a child step stool or a big book or something, you don't need it. But if you have one, place it on the outside of your front foot. I'll show you how to place your hands for either direction. Bring your hands out first. So your front foot is knees slightly, just ever so slightly bent. Just a soft bend there. Send the weight into the ball of your front foot. Inhale here, and then exhale, tilt your pelvis as you reach forward, just as we did before. And then when you can go no further, drop your left hand down, right hand up. Maybe this bottom arm is on your thigh today, maybe your calf. Try not to press into your knee directly, so go above or below. Or if you have that block available, maybe you bring your hand down to a block. Wherever your hand is, twist from your belly and open your heart outward as you press down into the ball of your front foot, outer edge of the back foot. Beautiful. One more big inhale here. One more big exhale. Press down through both feet, evenly lift back up. Great job. We're gonna go to the other side. So shifting around, bring your block over to the other side if you used it on this side. Now take your left foot, your now back foot, bring it into 45 degrees on your mat, and then rotate your whole right leg, thigh, shin, ankle, foot. It's all trending straight forward. And then bring your hips kind of out in line. Start to bend, maybe widen your stance for the warrior two. And then bend through your front knee. Send the weight into the heel of the front foot. Roll your thigh out so the knee's in line with the second and third toe, and then open through your hips. Roll the back foot open, and then bring your arms out. You guys look great. Go over your right fingertips. And reacquaint yourself with stillness here. Where would you like more clarity in your life? Where are the questions arising that you're wondering about? Maybe you don't have the answer right away, but maybe you just pose the question and it will arrive later, the answer. Inhale, sink a little lower. Exhale, extended side angle, reach out in front of you, and then tilt your right arm down, left arm up. Rotate from your belly out, shine your heart out and up. Lift your left hand up to the sky. Beautiful. Your gaze could be straight out, it could be up at your lifted hand, down at the ground. What feels natural to you today. One more big inhale here. A nice big sigh it out, exhale. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, swap your arms. Gently shift your hips toward the front leg. Send the weight into the ball of your front foot. Feel that extending up through and out through your right ribs. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands back to center, warrior two. And shorten your stance here. I have a nice slidey rug, so I go back and forth here. So I'm shortening my stance. We're gonna find the triangle Trikonasana on the other side. So again, your front foot is facing forward. Your back foot's at the 45-degree angle. Send the weight into the ball of your front foot. Micro bend in your knee, arms out. Inhale here. Exhale, reach forward, tilt your pelvis, and then bring your hand down and find your magic spot on this side. Maybe a thigh, maybe a shin, maybe a block, maybe an ankle. Maybe you let it press into the inner shin and you open your hand. When you found your hand spot, make sure you shine your heart back out. A little twist. And come back to your breath. And now press down through your hands, knit your abs in, inhale back up. Beautiful job. And bring both toes facing toward the wide edge of your mat and walk your feet in and shake it out. All over, shake those thighs out. We're gonna practice a little balancing next with a tree pose. So from here again, you can choose, we're gonna lift one leg up. So we'll start with the right leg. So start to shift your weight evenly into the four corners of the left foot. As you press into your left foot, feel how you're lifting your thigh off your knee, you're wrapping your outer left hip in, your glute is engaged, everything's engaged and fired up and strong. Now lift your right heel off the ground. Maybe you stay right here today. Maybe you start to lift your foot onto your right shin or your left shin, sending your knee out a little bit. Or maybe you bring it up a little bit higher. Try not to press your foot directly on your knee joint. That's a little rough on your knee joint, so go above or below. And then send your right knee out slightly. Maybe your hands come to heart center. Maybe they stay on your hips today. And if you want to play with growing your tree, you're welcome to do that too. And you can choose, trees grow in all different ways. So find your fun position for a balanced growing tree. Maybe you take a mudra, bring your hands into something, maybe your index finger and your thumb together. Maybe you have a waving in the wind tree. And come back to that balance, that focus, that all stems from your breath. Keep squeezing through your left glute, pressing down through your left foot. So strong, everyone. One more big inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands down, bring your foot down. Shake it out. Woo! Whatever happened on that side, it's over. Time to move on to the next side. Good or bad? New side, new moment in time, right? So now we're gonna go on to your right leg. So press down evenly on your right foot. Wrap your outer right hip in. Fire up this glute. Fire up this thigh. Your strong tree trunk. And then lift your left heel off the ground and choose your adventure on this side. Maybe your shin, maybe your inner thigh. And bring your hands where they will be today, heart center or growing your tree. Pro tip on balance. Fix your gaze on something inanimate that will not ever be moving, that's slightly out in front of you. As the saying goes, where your gaze goes, your energy flows. So if you're looking straight down, you might be ending up down, which is great in a handstand. But for this, you want to be out with your gaze a little bit on something that's not moving. Beautiful job, everyone. One more big inhale here, so strong. And exhale, release down. Drop that leg and shake it back out. Releasing anything and everything, good or bad, that happened in that moment. It is over. Moving on to the next segment. You're gonna come to the top of your mat now. And you can choose, once again, if you want two big toes to touch or legs spread wide apart. And inhale down into chair pose. So sink the weight into your hips, bend your knees like you're sitting down into a chair. Shift the weight into the heels of your feet and zipper up your thighs. Really make them tight as though they are one unit, like a dolphin tail. So zipper them up together, squeeze them. And just as we did in those crescent lunges, find your abs being knit in towards your spine. Find a little tuck in your pelvis, a lift through your belly. And then as your arms come up, rotate your armpits toward one another to elongate through your spine. This is your side view. I'll show you the front view so you have all of the references from here. Everyone looks super strong. Inhale, sink a little lower. Beautiful job. Exhale, come on, stand up, straighten your legs, bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful job. All right. From here, adding in a little bit of a balance and a flow. So inhale back to chair pose. From this chair pose, shift the weight into your right foot, just like we did for tree pose. Wrap that outer right hip in. Lift your left heel off the ground. Bend through your knee. Lift your left knee up. And then start to tilt your torso forward as you kick your left arm back. We're gonna go back to a crescent pose, a standing lunge. So you can go slowly and controlled through a warrior three, playing with your balance, knitting your abs in towards your spine, and then gently step back. Your left foot will come back. You find your crescent pose. However you got there. And just like we did when the knee was on the ground, you're looking to not dump into your lower spine. So maybe you bend through your back knee just a little bit to really feel that tuck in your pelvis, to lift through your belly, knit your abs in so you elongate through your spine, rotate your armpits toward one another, and then perhaps you straighten your back leg. Beautiful job. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, slightly hinge at your hips, tilt your torso forward. We're going into another twist. Really zipper your legs up together, scissor them together. Flex through your right glute, wrap that outer right hip in, and then twist towards your front knee. Beautiful. Even though your legs are apart, squeeze your thighs together. Gently shift your right hip back, your left hip forward. Send the weight into the heel of your front foot, the ball of your back foot. Each inhale is your opportunity to lengthen through your spine. Each exhale, deepen your twist. Maybe you open your arms and fly, or you continue to press your palms of your hands together. You guys are so strong. One more inhale here. One more exhale. Now inhale, crescent pose, rise back up. Beautiful job. And exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, we're gonna come back up to that chair pose. So you can choose if you go through the warrior three balance or if you wanna step up. So warrior three balance, tilt your torso forward, shift the weight into your right foot and lift up through your back leg, and then step your back foot to meet your front foot. Chair. Exhale, stand up. That was a lot of work for that right leg, so shake them out. Beautiful, we're gonna do the other side. So I'm coming to the other side, but mat stay facing you, but you stay where you are. Inhale, chair pose. This time, wrap your outer left hip in, fire up your left glute, lift your right heel off the ground, and step back to your crescent lunge. Either step straight back or tilt your torso forward as you kick your right foot back, going nice and slow and steady and controlled through a warrior 3 for as long as you desire. And then gently step back, crescent pose. And find your strong crescent action here. So maybe bend the back leg down a little bit to find your lengthen through your spine, your tuck, your lift, your knitting in. Rotate your armpits toward one another, straighten your leg. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale as you gently tilt your torso. Exhale as you twist. Once again, shift your weight into the heel of your front foot, the ball of your back foot. Gently shift your left hip back, your right hip forward, and squeeze your thighs together. Create your balance. Beautiful job. Perhaps you open your hands up to fly for the last few breaths. Inhale here. And an exhale. Now inhale, crescent pose, rise up. Woo. And now we're gonna head back to chair pose, back to the front. So step up or go through, once again, through warrior 3. One last balance here. And exhale. Come into your chair. And then rise on up, standing. You did it, you're rock stars. Shake your legs out. And then come to the step out wide over the long edges of your mat. Your toes out, your heels are in. Bring your hands to your hips here. We're gonna go into a wide-legged forward fold, prasarita. So as you inhale, press down through your feet, lift your heart up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, a little mini back bend. As you exhale, hinge from your hips, give a slight bend in your knees as you come all the way forward. Maybe your fingertips come to the ground. If that doesn't feel good, you could use a chair. You can bring your hands to a chair or your sofa, maybe that block. So find your spot. It's fine to have a micro bend in your knees or a bigger bend if your hamstrings are super tight. So here's your fold. I don't think you guys can see me if I'm that far forward. Here we go. So fold might look like this, might look like this. And if you're in an easy to fold over situation, maybe you walk your hands back in line with your feet. Enhance that stretch just a little bit more. And come back to your breath. Feel free to nod your head yes and no. Send the weight into the balls of your feet. Keep a micro bend in your knees. Maybe you sway side to side with your spine, just gently, letting a little release from the help and assistance of gravity. And then my friends, if your hands are back in line with your feet, please walk them underneath your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, everyone. Lift your chest up. Exhale, press into your feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up. Engage your legs and your abs to lift you slow and controlled back up to standing. Beautiful job. You guys did it. And down we will come to the floor. So you can choose how you want to get there. If you're feeling a little bit more relaxed today, maybe come down into a ball pose and sink down to a seated. If you want a little more action, I'm gonna lead you through one vinyasa to get us there. So inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to your plank pose. Maybe your knees come down, maybe they don't, but shift slightly forward. Keep your elbows in next to your body, lower halfway down, and then draw your hands back, heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then come on down, tabletop. And come around into a seated position. We're gonna do a little side stretching. Let's see, I'm trying to think of how you can best see me for this one. Let's do this way. So, bring your right foot in, tuck it into your belly. I think this is the best angle. Right foot in, left foot long, flex through your left foot, flex your right foot as well. And what we're gonna do is end up folding over this long leg. All right, so if this doesn't feel good, you can extend this right one out a little bit. You could put a cushion underneath your right hip to help if there's any knee issues. But if it's not feeling good on your knee, again, don't force anything. Happy knees are critical for happy life, I think. So, but flex through your left foot, inhale, grow nice and tall through your spine and slightly twist from your belly toward the long leg, toward your left leg. And then as you exhale, hinge from your hips, come up like you're being pulled up toward the ceiling and then pulled forward like you're draping over. And then your hands are gonna find something. Maybe it's your left shin. Maybe you can walk out to your feet. If you have slight bend in your left knee, that's totally fine. You could also put a pillow underneath the left knee here. And come into your breath. Use your breath here to send new oxygen-rich blood to any of those crevices, those nooks and crannies that are a little extra tight. We're dusting out the cobwebs in here. And then use your hands to gently walk up your legs, press yourself back up to straight up. Beautiful job. We will do our next, let's see, I'm trying to think, this is probably the easiest way. This right leg's already in, so now bend your left knee. Your left foot will be slightly in front of your right foot, and the right foot actually kind of starts to tuck underneath your left butt cheek. I hope you guys can see that okay. Does that make sense? If this doesn't feel good at all, in this instance, you will now extend your right leg. So either way, right knee is still tucked under and left knee is hugged in, or right leg is out, left knee is hugged in, okay? Those are your options. And then as you hug your left knee, extend up to the sky through your spine. So use that hugging to lengthen and straighten through your spine. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, twist towards your left knee and use your right arm to hug your left knee. And then your left hand, maybe it comes behind you. We're doing a little twist. Just like we did at the beginning of class when we were sitting in easy pose. We've really just changed our legs. Same idea. All of these floor exercises are good for focusing, getting clarity, going within. Use the back hand, your left hand in this case, on the ground to press into the mat to give you a length through your spine. And keep hugging your left knee with your right arm. Inhale here. And gently unwind, come back to center. We're gonna do the other side. So if you have both knees in, maybe give them a little shake, a little recenter and balance. And then I'll shift over to the other side. Now we're gonna bring your right arm out, or your right leg out a little bit wider stance. Left knee comes in. Flex through your right foot. Inhale, arms up. Twist towards your long leg. And then as you exhale, come up and over, hinge from your hip. Find your shin, your foot, whatever feels good to you today. And notice you have a little twist in your belly. A little twist, you should feel a little stretch through your left side. Come back to your breath, breathing into the tight nooks and crannies. Noticing that as you continue to breathe in and out, maybe you feel a subtle softening of the muscles, more space being opened up, allowing you to go a little deeper, making room for new good things. And then use your hands, once again, gently press yourself up. And we're going to that little twist. So either keeping the left leg in or extending it long, either way, you're hugging your right knee in. So right knee hugs in, left foot kind of tucks under or the leg is long, and then hug with both your arms so you lengthen through your spine. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, twist from your navel center. Hug your right knee with your left arm. And then bring your right arm to the side or back behind you to use it as that extra leverage for a little deeper twist. Each inhale is your opportunity to lengthen through your spine. Each exhale, your opportunity to twist in a little deeper, wring out your vertebrae, your internal organs. One more big inhale. And exhale, unravel, unwind, come back to center. And now straighten both your legs and come roll down to your back. So gently roll down. Hug both knees into your chest. Right here. We'll do one quick happy baby. Flex through your feet and send your knees down towards your armpits. Grab on maybe to your ankles or your outer edges of your feet. And use your hands to pull your legs down to either side of your body. You should feel a nice compression of your spine gently into the mat. And maybe you rock side to side. And then come back to center, come back to stillness. Hug both knees into your chest. Tuck your nose in towards your knees. Squeeze everything. Your fingers, your ears, your toes, your eyes. Just squeeze it, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, find your Shavasana, your resting pose. Release your hands, release your arms. Allow your feet to splay out nice and wide. Maybe your arms come out a foot or two away from your body so you can really let your shoulders melt into the mat. Let's take one last deep inhale here. Fill up your belly nice and big with air, your chest. Expand through your sternum. And then open your mouth, stick your tongue out, sigh it out, let it all go. Let every last bit of everything out. And then find your rest, your Shavasana. I'll call you out in just a moment. Starting to bring your awareness back to the space. It is now top of the hour. I invite you, my friends, if you want to stay in your Shavasana for longer, and you have the time to do just that. But if it is time for you to move on to the next part of your journey today, start to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, awakening back into wonderful you. And then letting that go in the most gentle way. Roll to your side of choice. Slightly bend your knees. Pause here for a moment. Just acknowledging the support that comes from your yoga mat below you, support that comes from your yoga practice, and the support eternal and grounding from the earth below that. And then once again, in the most gentle way, press yourself up to a seat. Maybe keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. And as you hang out in the wonderful, blissful residue of this yoga practice, I invite you to come back to that place of clarity, calm, and just see what starts to emerge over the next few hours, few days. Know that you can come back to this place of clarity, starting with your breath. And with that, my friends, I wish you a blissful and blessed, wonderful day. The teacher in me honors and thanks the teacher in you. Namaste. Thank you much. And starting to bring your awareness back to the space. It is now top of the hour. I invite you, my friends, if you want to stay in your Shavasana for longer, and you have the time to do just that. But if it is time for you to move on to the next part of your journey today, start to deepen your inhales and your exhales. And gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, awakening back into wonderful you. And then letting that go in the most gentle way. Roll to your side of choice. Slightly bend your knees. Pause here for a moment. Just acknowledging the support that comes from your yoga mat below you, the support that comes from your yoga practice, and the support eternal and grounding from the earth below that. And then once again, in the most gentle way, Press yourself up to a seat. Maybe keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. And as you hang out in the wonderful, blissful residue of this yoga practice, I invite you to come back to that place of clarity, the calm, and just see what starts to emerge over the next few hours, few days. Know that you can come back to this place of clarity, starting with your breath. And with that, my friends, I wish you a blissful and blessed, wonderful day. The teacher in me honors and thanks the teacher in you. Namaste. Thank you much.